So what's going on, guys? We're in a video where I talk about all the interesting things to me in the world of technology, and we have a Nexus 5 and a Nexus 5 box over here. You guys can see that right there. I have to say I was a little bit surprised, and not in a good way. I think that the phone itself, it's a good phone for what it is, but it's not a phone I would want to keep as my everyday phone, and I'll explain to you right now. Some of the features I liked about the phone include the IPS screen. Great quality screen for games and watching movies or even videos on YouTube. Awesome screen. As far as speed goes, this phone is really fast. It reminds me of when I had the Nexus 7. Android was running great on that tablet, and Android's running great on this phone. So really great platform running on this phone, Android 4.4 KitKat. Let me just get started with the construction of this phone. If you slide your fingers on the buttons over here, it actually feels like you're going to cut your finger. You won't, but it just shows you how they made the buttons. LG did this, and I think this is a design flaw. I really don't like that, and I think other people are going to notice that. Now, as far as looking at the speakers, it's on the bottom of the phone. When you hold your phone like this to play games or even watch video, you're going to muffle the sound. The sound comes out of one speaker. I guess the other one's like for a vent or something, whatever. But the fact is that the sound's muffled. So if you're going to watch a video and you have the phone like this and the audio doesn't come out of the speakers, what are your options? Well, you can hold the phone like this or whatever. This is not something I'm going to expect from LG nor Google. So if they're involved with the design, both of them, I would think they would rethink that. Any company that puts the speakers on the top or the bottom of the phone, I think it's a design flaw, because how are people supposed to hold their phones and listen to the audio? Anyways, continuing on. Two things that really annoyed me about KitKat. Now, I know some of you out there are familiar with Android. You're going to be like, well, just root your phone, do what you want with it. That is true. But I also think that KitKat should be delivered with a polished interface. Now, let me just explain this. This is a situation that happened before. I wanted to text a woman that I like. You guys understand this. You texted some woman that you like. You're not interested in seeing a bunch of recommended people that you should be talking to. And what Google did here was integrate this list of people that should be in your Hangout and all this kind of stuff. I just can't get my mind around this. Like, what are you guys doing over in California at the Google offices where you don't understand when someone wants to text message someone, all they want to do is press that button, text message, and then talk to that person. That's the one time where I don't have to deal with all the social media bullshit. Listen, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, even Google+, all these things are cool. But when I want to text someone, that's what I want to do. I want to text that person, especially a woman I like. I don't want to have to deal with Google+ or Hangouts or any of that crap. No offense, I just don't. It's an unpolished interface. It's just like the contacts. Here, I'm going to go to the contacts area to show you guys what it looks like. You press the phone button, and then you have this contacts area. It's just unpolished. It looks like they didn't finish it. When you even try to reach your contacts and you leave that area, just to tap that phone button, you don't get the dialer right away. You don't even get a list of contacts. You just get something like this. It's ridiculous. And I'm criticizing Google because I expect more. This is something they could have done for people who are not going to root their phones with KitKat. I would say this. If you want this phone and you really are into the Nexus 5, you're either someone who wants to root their phone, or you're someone that wants to develop this phone as an Android developer. Other than that, I don't see this being a good choice as an everyday phone unless you do one of those two things. Because if you're not a developer or someone who wants to root their phone, you're going to be stuck with this interface and this experience. And this experience is not reaching the level of a TouchWiz or an HTC Sense. And I'm really surprised by that, because I kept saying that I want to get away from TouchWiz, I'm not really into it. I didn't really appreciate TouchWiz for what it was until I saw what Android 4.4 KitKat had to offer. And what it has to offer is a great platform for a certain audience, not for everyone. And I think that Google should really work on that. I'm not too familiar with the Moto X and what they did. I might have to review that phone a little bit more to see how the interface is. But the hardware doesn't really support getting that phone because it's not that great of a phone. It really isn't. The Moto X is a lower end phone. This phone itself, well, you know, the camera is a little bit lower quality, 8 megapixels, not the most impressive camera on this phone, so you're not buying this phone for the camera. So what is it that you're buying? Well, you want a great phone that's running the newest version of Android, and you want to get the updates the fastest, because that's how you'll get it with a phone like this. But I'm not impressed. I'm really not, and I think they could have done a much better job. And I know the phone has other features such as wireless charging, NFC. I appreciate all that stuff. But I would think, after looking at this phone, the one reason, the most important reason why I would return this phone, it has to be the speakers on the bottom. It's a design flaw. There's no way around it. So this is something they missed. I have to tell you, LG or Google or both of them, they really didn't think that out. It has to be LG, I guess, because their name's on the back of the phone. But that's the situation with this phone. You guys can tell me what you think. Post a comment down below. Of course, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys later. Cheers.